Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to TCF Live. My name is Dan Soul. I will guide you on this 3-hour journey through Courtlandia, starting in Michigan with Judge McNally.
Lillian Trotter.
Okay. Counsel, your client pled guilty to operating while impaired. She also pled to the charge with the OWI to be dismissed, and then she pled to distracted driving, which was a reduction from the open intox on count 2. Have you had a chance to review the report with her? And are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. Both her and I read the report together this morning. It is factually accurate. We're prepared to move forward with the sentencing at this time, Judge.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me whatever you'd like to say. I'll just tell you up front, I have some concerns here. I mean, she had one car accident, she's unconscious. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need to reiterate everything here, but I do have concerns here.
Yes, Judge. Obviously, there are some troubling facts to the matter, which I've discussed with her. Judge, I would simply state that she is employed and this was a first-time offense, and she understands the seriousness of her actions. I don't want to get too much into the circumstances that led to the night, but there was a designated driver at one time, Judge. But there was a situation that arose, whereas the designated driver left the bar, and unfortunately, my client made a bad decision thereafter. But having said that, Judge, I think she's learned from the situation. She does have a good job, and I don't think this court is going to see Miss Trotter again.
Okay. Ma'am, is there anything that you would like to say?
No, Judge.
12 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance if you change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number. You must notify the probation department. You have to report if you're to. No alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume any one of those. Kratom, poppy seeds, and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. You're to submit to chemical testing, PBTs and ETGs bi-weekly or more on demand of probation for 3 months. After that, if you're clean, I'll make it monthly. You have to attend AANA at least once a week until you're in an outpatient treatment program. Have you seen proof that she's still been attending since June the 17th? So she should have at least 4 visits on there. Has she shown you that?
Yes, Judge. She's in compliance.
Good enough. AANA once a week until an outpatient. Once you get in outpatient treatment, you no longer have to attend AA or NA. You're to attend the Victims Impact Panel. That's one night. That is put on by Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. 4 days jail credit, 1, serve 3. I'm going to have you serve those on the court work program. There's a $35 a day charge for that for a total of $105. I'm going to assess fines of $300, cost $250, $75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment for a total of $675. Screening fee is $60 for $735. Probation fees are $240 for $975. Court work program fees are $105 for a total of $1,080. You do also have $168 in court cost of recovery. Your total's $1,248. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 93 days. You have 21 days to appeal. You have 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. Also, you may be eligible for early discharge. You get everything done, no violations within the preceding 90 days, and you can apply for early discharge in 6 months. On the distracted driving, I'm assessing fines and costs of $160, so the total in full between both counts is $1,408. All right. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, Judge, I do not.
Does she have all this to pay?
Your Honor, she currently has $400, which she could pay today. May I request a payment plan
Sure.
of $150 a month thereafter?
Yeah. You're gonna come in here, ma'am, and you pay the distracted driving, 160. That'll leave you with 240. You apply that to the impaired charge. I'll then make it $150 monthly on the balance, which after you pay the 240 would be 1,008. And I'll start that beginning on August the 15th. If you ever need more time, it's not a problem. Come into the court, see me. I'll give you an extension on it before the due date at 8:30, or you can call the court. We'll go on Zoom. I'll give you an extension. I don't care how many times we have to do it. Just don't ignore me, okay? All right.
Yes, Judge.
Good luck. You seem
Thank you,
like a nice
Judge.
young lady. Don't be doing these stupid things, okay? Thank you.
I won't, I promise.
Have a good day. Thanks, Mr. Camilleri.
Thank you, Judge.
Syed, Usman Ali Syed, 26B150879, A and B. Good morning, sir. Your name? Your name?
Usman Sayed.
Do you speak good English?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just relax. You're charged with just take a deep breath. It's okay. You're charged with violation of instructional permit and improper lane use. You have the right to an attorney. If you want an attorney, I will give you one. Would you like one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're gonna get you an attorney. You go right outside and I'll be happy to provide you with one, okay? Thank you. Good luck. Bradley Stephen Cosby, 25B149283. Good morning, Mr. Cosby. Your name?
Bradley Stephen Cosby.
I'm gonna ask you to raise your right hand. Solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God.
Yes.
I sentenced you on February 11 of 26. Since then, have you been arrested?
No.
Any new charges?
No.
Any contact with the police?
No.
All right. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Am I gonna be done getting these cases with the Cosbys?
Involving me?
Yes.
100%.
Well, that's a fair answer. I don't know how you can vouch for anybody else. Stay out of trouble, will you please?
Absolutely.
Case dismissed. Motion of the prosecutor. They submitted that. I wish you well. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I want that one with the Grosio prosecutor and the defense lawyer on the sentencing that we talked about, Sadie. Drew Aaron Gerald Jr., 26B 1502441A and B. Mr. Gerald, your name?
Drew Jarrett.
I placed you on probation under section 7411 on May the 7th of 26 on a drug case. I also placed you on probation on that same date for operating while impaired. And I here now have in front of me a violation of probation. Yeah, I think Mr. Teo's on that one. I have a violation of probation that alleges that you on count one failed to pay your fines and costs as ordered at the rate of 75 per week. Count two, that you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol or drugs. Count three, testing positive for amphetamines. Count three, failure to provide verification of attending AA twice a week. I'm sorry, 3 times per week until an outpatient. Count four, failure to provide verification of attending and completing outpatient treatment. Count five, by proof of completing community service by June 30, and count six, failure to clear all warrants by July 1 of 26. You understand each and every one of those charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
On count two, the same 6 charges exist. Count two is the controlled substance charge. If you plead guilty, if you understand again all the charges.
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, if you're found guilty, your probation in this case could be revoked. You'd have more than 3 technical violations. You could get 93 days. And also, your drug charge, 7411 status could be revoked. And that conviction entered on your record by virtue of the violations here. You understand all of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You sign, read, and understand the advice of rights. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not gonna have a trial of any kind. You understand that? All right. You do have the right to a lawyer. I'll be happy to provide you with one at public expense if you would like one.
Yes, please.
Would you like a lawyer?
Yeah.
I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. Hang on one second. I'm indicating you stand mute, entering a not guilty plea on both of these. Did you have a question?
Well,
I don't want you to talk about the case. You just asked for a lawyer. I want you to talk to your lawyer about the case
Okay.
before you talk to me about the case. Do you want to say something or ask the question? I don't want to talk about the case.
it's just about money.
I don't want to talk about money,
Okay.
okay? Your lawyer can address all of this with you, okay? Fair enough?
Yep.
Good enough. You go out in the hallway, I'll set you up with a lawyer.
All right. Thank you.
I'm entering a not guilty plea on this. Thank you. I need Roseille's prosecutor in
I
here.
just called them up. She's here.
Is the defendant here yet? Mr. Teal, you realize which one I'm talking about by chance? Were you on the case with the guy with 20 convictions? They came in and asked for a 771, or is that somebody else?
It's a woman. It's a woman.
Yeah, I know, but who was the lawyer is what I'm asking.
Listen.
C Force Transportation, Inc., 26B150989, A and B. Is he here? I need that sentencing, guys. On that one case. Hang on one second. Hang on one second. You know what I'm talking about?
She hasn't checked in here.
I don't care. Where's her lawyer? Who's her lawyer?
She says Improper on the docket.
Well, I'll wait till she gets here. There is no way in the world I'm taking that case under 771.1. Did you see all these convictions she's got? There's no way in the world. I'll have to go home and look at my shoes for a few months. I'm talking about on this Harris case. I'll address it with everybody when she comes in. There is no way I'm doing that. Okay, I thought she had a lawyer. So I'll call it when she gets here. Not surprising she's late. What time is that scheduled? 8:45. Why be in a hurry? I don't want anybody to be in a hurry. You don't want anybody in a heart attack getting here on time. All right, I'll call you. I'm just frustrated with this. This is crazy. Z Force Transportation, Inc. Is he out there? 26B150989 A and B?
Not on Zoom, Judge.
All right, we'll put that aside. Rutherford, Todd Jeffrey Rutherford, 25B149205B. Rutherford, good morning. Your name?
Todd Rutherford.
All right, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirmative penalties of perjury, the testimony of giving these proceedings will be the whole truth self you got. You pled no contest due to lack of memory. I took this under 771.1 back on October 30th, 25. Since that date, have you been arrested?
No, sir.
Any new charges?
No, sir.
Any contact at all with the police since that date? Thank you very much. Congratulations. Prosecutor moves to dismiss. I'll go ahead and dismiss. You're all set. Thank you. People against Ledford. Christian James Ledford, 26B150689.
Here you're on.
Your name, sir?
Christian Ledford.
Officer, your name?
Officer Nick Walker, Remsen, please.
All right. Did you talk to him?
I did, Your Honor.
Do you have a record that's worthy of, not really, huh? So what are you proposing here?
Mr. Ledford indicated to me out in the hallway that he was going to plead responsible to this charge.
Is that what you want to do, sir? That's 2 points.
Under conversation with the officer, that's what I'd be willing to do.
I don't know what you mean by that.
After talking with the officer, I was made aware that that was the best option.
Okay, so you're gonna plead the failure to yield to emergency vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, to that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Listen to me. Unless you wanna make a bunch of insurance companies rich, you better slow down. You realize how bad your record looks?
I guess so, Your Honor.
I would do more to educate myself than say I guessed. Gotta slow down and be careful, okay?
Okay.
Please accept it, 165 is your total. Good luck.
Officer, would you be willing to go with the payment plan for that ticket?
You're giving me a promotion to officer, huh?
I mean, Your Honor.
Just kidding. How much do you have today?
I could pay probably like 50.
Okay, tell me when you can pay the rest.
I could pay the rest within a month.
How about 50 a week? Can you do that?
Yeah,
You work?
I do. I
Well,
work, I just been hit with some financial.
I got it.
for-
$50 per week after 50 today. You pay 50 today, 50 per week. I'll start at beginning on August the 3rd, okay?
Oh, will I be able to get paperwork showing that payment plan from the?
Yes.
Here?
Yes. And you can pay online, but there is a little fee, so you better check into that. I don't know if you'll want to do that. You live in Brownstown, so.
I actually just moved and I'll be amending my address shortly.
Okay, go down and tell them that now. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day. Thanks, officer. Ethan Miller, Ethan David Miller, 26I 415-242. Mr. Miller, how are you?
Good.
What's your name?
Ethan Miller.
You're gonna plead the impeding traffic, true? Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. To that, that's 0 points. It won't go on your record. To that charge, responsible or not responsible? All right, please accept that 160 is the total. Original charge dismissed. You can go down the hall and take care of that. You're all set. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Which one do you guys have over here? Do we have John Gurgley in here?
Yes, sir. What's mine, Your Honor?
John Richard Gurgley, 22G81909A and B and C.
I go like Carmen, 7384, I'm at that.
Another straggler. Mr. Gurgley, your name?
John Group says.
Why haven't you shown, huh?
Yeah, he's lived in Colorado the last 15 years, was not aware. He's aware of the situation, but not the tickets had been written. The notices were sent to an old address. I updated the address on the ROA. But he came into town to fix the situation. Long story short, he's in the midst of remedies.
Is that limited, is that in Littleton, Colorado?
Yes.
Is that what you're writing down? Is that what it is?
Yes, I just wrote it.
I'm asking you, is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so does he stand mute, wait formal reading?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good, I'll give you a court date. I don't know what your intentions are. Do you intend to go back to Colorado if I let you?
Came for an emergency situation, but yes, sir. As soon as I hear this.
Heather, he can appear by Zoom. I'm gonna give you a personal bond. I'll take it your word. I mean,
Thank you, sir.
you can leave the state without consent, can leave state without consent of the court. You can appear by Zoom. You cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed, but you do have to make sure you get that property taken care of, okay? Whatever these violations are. Did you go over them with him?
I did.
Okay,
Your Honor, proposed retrial date is set for tomorrow. You can appear in person then, if
that's fine.
that works.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
So we'll do July 16th. I mean, I don't know if that helps if he doesn't have anything done.
Oh, it's been done, yeah.
Why don't we call in, can you come in here, please? Thank you. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do then. Just let me get her in. Good morning, how are you, Ms. Foley Carter? Your name? So this is a 22 case, he's not, what is wrong with me? All right, sorry about that, my apologies. Sorry about that. Yes, I can see Gibraltar on my sheet here. Where's Gibraltar at today? I don't have them on my sheet.
We don't have them.
I see.
He was a walk-in today, Judge.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I was just trying to expedite things.
We can try it again tomorrow, Your Honor.
If you want it, what I would do is, if you get a minute here while you're here, call up Mr. Bologna, tell him what happened, ask him to have the building inspector go by and look at the property, and maybe they can dismiss tomorrow. And then he doesn't have to worry about it. Otherwise,
Thank you, sir.
if it's done, they can verify it in the morning and he can be on his way.
Okay, I'll see if I can get a hold of him, but either way, we'll do the pre-trial tomorrow.
Right, I'll set
I'm
it.
confident it'll be resolved.
I'm setting this for tomorrow at, what time did I say? Did I say 8:30?
There's fun, sir.
That's when we'll do it, July 16th at 8:30, okay?
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Weirs. Is Randy Weirs here?
Good morning once again, everybody. TCF Live. My name is Dan. Good to have you here. Several judges just starting to get online. McNally is still the best show in town, though, so we're going to continue to ride with him for a little while.
By yourself. We don't know who a Zoom user is. We don't have a clue
You
who
do.
you are.
I've got her, Judge. I was just chatting with her. I've got her.
Good. All right, ma'am, your name?
Brandy Wickers.
All right, good morning, Ms. Patillo. Your appearance?
Good morning, Judge. The Patio, 82378 on behalf of these wares.
All right, go ahead. This, like, she pled guilty as charged under 7411. This emanates from an October 24 date. Have you had a chance to review the report with her, and are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
We reviewed the report, Judge. There was no material additions, deletions, or corrections.
All right, anything that you would like to say on her behalf?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Ware, is still unemployed as of right now. I believe she's receiving unemployment and looking for work. She has been attending AA. She showed me her sheet. She has 8 entries. The last time she went was yesterday. She's also been testing. She has 4 children, 3 are adults, 1 is a minor. Again, Judge, she's not employed, so I would ask if any discretionary fines and costs could be waived. Thank you, Judge.
Anything you would like to say, ma'am?
No, sir.
Gotta stay off of that stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, I've been sober for 2 years.
All right. 12 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. Change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number. You must notify probation. You have to report as directed. I am, by the way, as I stated, taking this under section 7411. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. Kratom poppy seeds and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. Submit to chemical testing PBTs and ETGs as follows: weekly for 2 months if you're clean, bi-weekly for 2 if you're clean, monthly. Okay? Now, I recognize she has a valid medical marijuana card, and I'm not going to violate you if you test positive for THC so long as you have a valid medical marijuana card. So you're going to have to provide proof of that.
Okay.
Attend NA twice a week until you're in intensive outpatient treatment. I do want you to go to intensive outpatient treatment. Let's just make sure that this is it. Provide proof, obtain proof of employment. I'm sorry, provide proof that you've obtained employment. So you have to obtain employment, provide proof. NA twice a week until an IOP, intensive outpatient treatment. Once you get into intensive outpatient treatment, you no longer have to attend AA or NA. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Fines are 100, costs are 150, 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment, 40 in attorney fees. So your total here is 375 plus the attorney fees is 415 plus probation fees is 655 plus your screening fee is 715. I also want you to serve 4 days jail. She was in jail for 1 night, right?
Yeah, yes.
Credit 1, serve 3, 24 hours community service by October the 21st, okay? You can do that at any nonprofit organization. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 90 days. You have 21 days to appeal and 14 days to apply for court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, any questions at all?
Your Honor, the jail, is that gonna be on court work program?
Yes, that's what I meant.
All right.
Free community service in lieu of jail. I'm sorry. So that's what I meant is 4 days jail credit, 1, serve 3, but I'll let you serve it by way of community service. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, we'll give you a review hearing date, which will be when, Heather?
That will be on July 14th.
At 8:30 in the morning, July 14th, so in 364 days from now, July 14th, at 27 at 8:30 a.m. How much can she pay today?
I can pay 100 today.
And then how much can you pay monthly?
100.
100 now, 100 monthly. I'll start your monthly beginning on August the 10th. Is that fair?
Fair enough.
And if you need more time, you call the court, we'll go on Zoom, I'll give you an extension. So you're gonna meet with probation. They're gonna explain the order if you have any questions. And I'll be happy to entertain it if you have any questions now.
No, I don't.
And then you go down the hall, get your prosecutorial review date, make sure you put that in your calendar, show up on that date. And then if you don't have the money, I'll be glad to give you an extension, okay?
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Wish you well.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, do I have Officer Angelique Turner? Did I recall that?
No.
Where's Angelique Turner at? T6 260-150-772. Is Officer Turner out there, Heather?
No, Judge.
He wrote down officer here. John did.
That the guy that was sitting in the back earlier, who was on the other case. Maybe he thought that too.
Have you seen the officer?
No, Your Honor.
Just have a seat behind there for 1 second, okay? Call in the prosecutor from Grosio, please.
Alrighty, friends, we'll keep an eye on Judge McNally's court, probably come back later. Let's stay in Michigan, though. Let's see what kind of a mood Judge Simpson is in today.
People. Your Honor, at this time, the people do waive any conflict between this honorable court and the Office of the Public Defender. The people do not believe that any conflict exists, but make the waiver for the avoidance of all doubt.
All right. Buckovich.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Nicholas Buckovich. The Office of the Public Defender does not believe the conflict exists between this honorable court and the Office of the Public Defender. However, we make this waiver likewise to waive all doubt.
And the court does not believe that there is any conflict either under Michigan court rules or the cases decided there under, to the extent a conflict does exist, given the waivers, the court will consent to hear the matters. Court does call the case of the people versus Chastity Newman.
Ashley Feltus for the people.
Morning, Your Honor. Christina Saxon for Ms. Newman.
Newman, can you state your name, please?
Chastity Newman. Chastity Lynn Newman.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'm asking for an adjournment. I was trying to see Ms. Newman yesterday for 2 hours and was never able to get in to see her. So I need time to meet with her.
Kind of like, all right. I'll adjourn the matter to August 5th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond will continue. Thank you. Thanks, Ms. Newman. Court does call the case, people versus Vlada Cashman.
Ashley Feltus for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sean Puro appearing via Zoom with Vlada Cashman.
Ma'am, can you state your name, please?
Vlada Cashman, Your Honor.
Thank you. And what are we doing today?
Your Honor, I have had the opportunity to have Ms. Cashman assessed by Matt Statman. She has an appointment next week, starting with Dawn Farms. In my negotiations with Mr. Cook in this matter, I believe that we're going to be able to reach I guess he calls it a two-step reduction. However, he wanted to have her complete outpatient counseling or outpatient treatment. We anticipate that to take 90 days. I understand if the court doesn't want a 90-day adjournment, but I am asking the court adjourn this so that she can complete that period. If we want to have review date before that time, that's perfectly fine with me. I'm just leave it to the court's discretion.
I have the 5th, but then August is kind of messed up.
September 2nd.
Really? Okay. That's well, why don't I adjourn this one to September 2nd, 2026, 9 a.m.
Super Judge, that works great in our schedule. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond will continue.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good morning.
You do the same, sir. Court does call the case of the people versus Abdulrahman Banda.
Ashley Feltus for the people.
Good morning. It's everyone here on behalf of Mr. Banda.
They can be one of those days, Barney.
Your Honor, I've been up since 4 and I have no power at my house. So
I have power, but I've been up since 4 too.
really,
Yep, but it's gonna be one of those things where
I hope you were
if you
productive.
guys don't move this along, I'm gonna get cranky.
Okay. Well, Mr. Banda's not here, Your Honor. I just have to make contact with him. I have no explanation for his failure.
Bench warrant will issue for the failure to. I'm sorry, were you gonna say something?
I was just going to request a bench warrant, Your Honor. I apologize.
Okay, I was reading your mind.
I
Bench
know.
warrant will issue for its failure to appear. Bond will be set in the amount of $7,500, 10% privilege. That warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you.
Sorry for unloading.
What'd you say?
Sorry for unloading. No power for the second time in 10 days.
Ouch. It just went out.
The cable issue?
That's what they always say.
Right.
Court does call the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Paris Calloway.
Ashley Feltus for the people.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lawrence hearing on behalf of Mr. Calloway. So I believe she's on Zoom. Mr. Calloway, state your name.
Good morning, Paris Calloway.
Yep. Okay.
Your Honor, Mr. Calloway has his permit. I did provide that to the people, and Mr. Cook agreed to dismiss Mr. Calloway's case.
That your understanding, Ms. Feltus?
I believe that is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. He's got his permit. Is that what? Okay.
Yeah.
Case is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
I'll have a noli over shortly, Your Honor.
Alrighty. Thank you. Court calls the case people versus Anaya Cleveland.
Ashley Feltus for the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Nick Bukovich on behalf of Ms. Cleveland, who should be appearing via Zoom.
Anaya Cleveland, Your Honor.
Thank you.
At this time, Your Honor, asking set this matter for final settlement conference.
Jury final settlement conference will be set for August 7th, 2026, 9 a.m. Jury selection, if necessary, August 7th or August 10th, 2026, 8:30. Both of those proceedings are in person.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond continue. Court does call the case of the people versus Ishmael Davis.
Ashley Feltus for the people.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis, state your name for the record, please.
Ishmael Alexander Davis.
Shorts on.
Oh, so.
Next time he won't wear shorts, Judge.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my fault.
Pardon?
It was just a little hot yesterday. My fault, Your Honor. I didn't know about
It was hot yesterday?
Yeah, it was 92.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like 96 this day.
So you prepared for that?
Yeah, I didn't know about the drug. So
Okay. Anyway, I have before me a plea form that indicates that the defendant will be pleading guilty to an added count 2 of retail fraud third. The 93-day offense. Upon a successful plea to that charge, the count 1 would be dismissed. Defendant is also agreeing to pay restitution in the amount of $400. That's the court's full understanding.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's correct, Your Honor.
May I have him sworn?
Right here. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give me, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth shall be God?
Yes, sir.
What's your name, please?
Ishmael Alexander David.
All right. Sir, it is this court's understanding you're going to be pleading guilty to the charge of retail fraud third. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, up to a $500 fine plus court cost. Fine could be increased to 3 times the value of the property taken. If that's greater than $500, that would become the maximum fine. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
And understanding all of that, you still wish to plead guilty
Yes, sir.
to that charge? How do you plead?
Guilty.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, sir.
You signed an advice of rights form, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Any questions regarding any of those rights?
No, sir.
On the podium, please look at paragraph 5. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights of the people.
Yes, sir.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
Not currently. I'm not on, but I'm on probation in Wayne County.
Were you on probation in Wayne County as of June 29th, 2025?
Believe so.
All right. Then I will have to advise you that this could be your plea in this case could be a violation of your probation.
Okay, sir.
If it is considered a violation, that court could sentence you to the maximum allowable under those other charges. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And understanding that you still wish to plead guilty to this charge.
Yes, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today to get you to plead?
No, sir.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, sir.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Sir.
And also because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes, sir.
June 29th, 2025, at the location of 4048 Packard Road, Pittsfield Township, Washington County, State of Michigan. What did you do at the House of Liquor that makes you think that you're guilty?
I requested some tickets that I didn't pay for, lotto tickets, I believe.
You requested them?
Yeah, like I asked to buy, but didn't pay for them, just walked out.
Okay, so you went in and asked for lotto tickets.
Yes, sir.
Then you took them and just walked out.
Just walked out. They placed them in a bag and I walked out without paying.
All right. The store was open to the public at the time?
Yes, sir.
You didn't have anybody's permission to take that property, did you?
No, sir.
And this property you took, the lotto tickets, they were offered for sale by the store?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sir, I do have to advise you that if from the time that I accept your plea to the time of sentencing, if you commit misconduct as defined under the Michigan court rules, that you would not be entitled to withdraw your plea and the court would not be bound by any sentence evaluation or recommendation. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this plea?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
And have I complied with the court rule?
The people are satisfied.
That's fine, Judge.
The court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to count 2, retail fraud third. Count 1 is dismissed. Defendant is referred to probation for pre-sentence investigation and for sentencing will be
26 at 12 noon.
August 26, 2026, 12 noon.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bond will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Once again, everybody, good morning. TCF Live on a Wednesday. It's a quieter morning out there in Courtlandia. Not a whole lot going on, but we've got a few things to choose from. We're going to move to Judge Anzalone in a second, but before I do that, if you are new here and or have not taken a look at this yet, please do either scan the QR code on your screen or go to the pinned chat and take a look at tcfcourtwatch.com. This is something we've created for our viewers. It is the YouTube feed, it is the YouTube chat, but it's a whole lot more. A more immersive, more interactive, more informational way to watch the show. So if you haven't checked it out yet, I encourage you to do so. A lot of good fun and information to be had there. Again, tcfcourtwatch.com. You can grab the link from the pinned chat or scan the QR code that is on your screen either way. Okie dokie, let's go say good morning to Judge Anzalone.
Yes, Your Honor.
I have David Beyer, if you'd like to. Is he yours today?
Yes, he is.
All right, these are files number 26-22537FH, 26-22639FH. I have David Goldstein appearing on behalf of Mr. Beyer. Evidently, I have Alexander Bayonetto appearing on behalf of the people. Mr. Beyer has zoomed in separately from his attorney. Mr. Bayonetto is present in person. I do have a letter, Mr. Coast. So, Mr. Coast, would you like to give us an update, please?
I do, Judge. Right now, we do have a bench warrant for Mr. Byers. As part of his bond conditions, he's supposed to be doing 2 times a week drug testing.
1 time.
Prior, when he would test at the center, or not show, he would immediately go over to the Tecumseh Urgent Care to test. I actually contacted Tecumseh Urgent Care, and they advised that they do not supervise their test. And so I did get notification that he was in treatment over at Maple Grove Rehabilitation back on May 12th, and he was going to stay there for about 2 weeks. He was directed to get a hold of me once he was released. He did not do that. And then I have 3 consecutive misses over at the center.
Your Honor, Mr. Beyer is back at Maple Grove.
All right, Mr. Coast.
Judge, I do not have any verification of that, so.
I asked him for that, and I should be getting it today, and I'll forward it on to you.
Okay.
And Mr. Beyer, you need to sign a release for Darren Coast at Maple Grove.
Okay. As soon as I see my therapist today, I'll send all that stuff to you. I got a meeting with my therapist today, so at some point. I'm not sure the time yet, but as soon as I get to that, I will have that all set up and send confirmation.
All right, and that's so that Mr. Coast can verify as needed. Mr. Byers, it's very important you stay there and not leave early. But if you do get released, you need to call Mr. Coast immediately and begin testing, because that's one of the conditions of you being out on bond, right?
Yes, that was. It's only once a week.
Okay, Mr. Goldstein. Then I will. So, Mr. Coast, we cannot sign the bench warrant at this point, but understand, Mr. Beyer, if you leave early or you don't complete the program or you don't test, we'll be back to bench warrant status again. You understand? I think it's gross.
Yes.
And Judge, once he gets out, I actually like to switch the testing where he actually tests with me to where we actually do swabs.
Okay, so I understand that, Mr. Beyer, you're gonna be testing with Darren.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Goldstein, how else would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, I'm going to make a suggestion. With one of the cases, he's already pled and is due for sentencing. We've been tracking it along because he then picked up the second case, which is the larceny case. We'd like to set that for a jury trial, and I suspect it won't take more than a day to a day and a half. If the court wants to go ahead and set another date for the sentencing after he finishes Maple Grove, we can go ahead and sentence him on that case, or the court can wait and sentence him after the larceny case is resolved. Either way.
Okay, so let me double check. So the larceny file is 3-9, correct?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
All right, and that's the one we're gonna set for a 1-day jury trial. Miss Adams?
Your Honor, can we set it for 2 just to be safe?
Sure.
Yeah,
Miss
I agree with that.
Adams?
I agree with that, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Adams and Mr. Goldstein, obviously, we're kind of scheduling out, so he's not in custody.
We could do October 15th, following the day we set another 1-day trial.
October 15th?
At 9 a.m., yes.
Yeah, that looks good.
I know you're
Well, wait a
available,
minute.
Mr. Brandon.
Wait a minute, Your Honor. Yeah, no, that's fine. October 15th should be fine.
All right, so October 15 of 26 for a 2-day jury trial. I will set a final pretrial for we said 15 on a Thursday.
Correct.
Okay, so that would be a 9 a.m. start time. And I will set a final pretrial for September 30th, Mr. Goldstein.
That's fine, Your Honor, because those are usually by Zoom, so that's not a problem.
Yeah. That will be at 8:30 in the morning, and I would ask that all jury instructions and voir dire questions be provided to the court by September 25. And I will set the motion date for September 30, if there are any motions. And is there anything else we need to address?
Not on this matter, Your Honor, no.
All right. So Mr. Byers, make sure you stay in contact with Mr. Coast and you sign any releases so I can verify where you are and stay in contact with them, all right?
Yes, I will, Your Honor, and I'll have confirmation and stuff sent over as soon as I see my therapist today that I.
All right. And Mr. Coast, at this time, I will set aside the bench warrant, all right? If I have already signed it, I don't know.
Judge, yes, you already signed it, but I'll get that recalled. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
So
Thank you.
I won't have no bench warrant now.
No.
No, you don't. All right,
Okay.
you're all
All right.
set.
Thank you.
Mr. Byers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your Honor.
Hold on, everybody.
Okay, nothing
Yes,
more on
Ms.
this
Adams?
case. Sorry.
Are we still having his sentencing scheduled this Friday?
Mr. Goldstein, you just want to move that?
Let's move it to the trial date, Your Honor.
All right, we will move that sentencing date to the trial date. Okay. Mr. Goldstein, I had Mr. Rosenberg for probation violation pretrial at 10:30, and I think that's all I had with you.
That's correct, Your Honor. That matter, obviously, as the court knows, there was supposed to be a jury trial today.
Yes.
But the people nolly-prossed. My understanding is that the probation violation was primarily the offense that he was charged with in the new file. So I didn't know how the court wanted to proceed on that.
All right, hold on, everybody. This is file number 2023-21322FC in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Zachary Rosenberg. David Goldstein appearing on behalf of Mr. Rosenberg for a violation of probation. I do have a letter from Darren Coast stating that Mr. Rosenberg continues to do well with his 2 times a week testing, and there have been no violations. There is Miss Holly is present. So Miss Holly, what were you going to add?
The violation really isn't even on the new charge. It's from the domestic violence that he pled to, and I think's already been sentenced to in district court.
That was all part and parcel of the felony case also.
I don't think we even touched the new stuff yet.
Well, that case was dismissed and ended up being dismissed, so.
Domestic violence, he pled guilty to, and he got a year probation.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the felony charge that was dismissed.
Yeah, that's not part of this violation.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
So, Mr. Goldstein, Mr. Byer, you're free to go. I'm gonna
Okay,
send you on your.
can I ask one question though? Now, can I ask you one question?
No, we're not on your case anymore, so I can't. Thank you. Mr. Okay, it looks like the violation was from July of 25, assault of a Kendall Davis, took her phone and violation. If that's something he pled to a domestic violence on, and he was given probation, there are no new pending violation of probation. So, Mr. Goldstein.
I mean, we can go ahead and have a hearing, Your Honor, but I suspend, yes, he did plead. There's been no violation since that time. So I don't know how the court wants to handle it.
All right, so.
Can't we just move on with this violation?
Well, it's not till 10:30. So, and the charges were dismissed on the felony stemming from this. I don't know. There must have been something.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't think it had anything to do with this.
Okay, I don't either. This was a Mr. Moore file.
Yes.
I think.
Yes. Yes,
Yes, it was, Your Honor. It was Tom Moore.
All right. I'll talk to Tom later and I'll let you know, Mr. Goldstein. Thank you.
All right, we'll log back in at 10:30 then, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, Barbara, a little while ago, $5 super chat, wishing us a happy hump day. Thank you for that, Barbara. I forgot to acknowledge that earlier. My apologies. Let's stay in Michigan, but let's check in with Judge Leah Marie Hakeem. Say good morning there.
For a mid-sentence review as well. So that'll be completely up to you, Judge.
And then let's just mute. Calling 265529 SM People versus Trevon Smith.
Ready, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. Smith, who's making his way up to those tables. Sir, can you state your name, please?
Yes, Trevon Marco Smith.
Judge, today's the time of day set for bench trial in this matter. The complaining witness has failed to appear today. The people are unable to proceed. We make a motion to dismiss without prejudice.
All right. The complaining witness has failed to appear. The prosecution has indicated they're unable to proceed. I am going to dismiss the matter without prejudice. You guys are all set. Calling X4711963, People versus John Giltz.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rihanna Carjo 89352 on behalf of the defendant, John Giltz.
Mr. Giltz, please state your name for the record. Oh, counsel, are you going to do this without your client, which is fine?
Yes, I will be.
All right. Do you have the authority to enter into the responsible plea to count one?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll dismiss count two, and the fine on that is $65. 2 weeks to pay sufficient?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. 2 weeks to pay. You're all set today.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a good day.
You too.
Calling 26259 SM, People versus Jacqueline Smith.
Ready, Your Honor. Record, Your Honor. Captain on behalf of Ms. Jacqueline Smith, standing for attorney of record, Mr. John Kennedy. Ms. Smith, do I have your permission to stand for Mr. Kennedy in this matter? Thank you. Your Honor, today's the time set for bench trial in this matter. It appears the complaining witness has not appeared. We are asking for dismissal.
All right. The complaining witness has failed to appear. The prosecution is unable to proceed. I am going to grant your motion and dismiss without prejudice. You guys are all set today. You're welcome. Calling 266364 SM, People versus Matthew Hall.
Attorney just stepped out of court, Judge.
Okay, that's fine. We'll recall it. Calling 25997 FY, People versus Jason Tolanen.
Stanley's on P 21227 on behalf of Mr. Tolanen.
Do we have the jail, Mr. Tolanen? Are you in the jail?
Yes.
And all right. State your name for the record, please.
Jason Ian Tolanen.
Counsel, go ahead.
Judge, this is a date and time that was set by you with regard to your issuing an order to show cause to the forensic center for failing to process the Mr. Tolanen in a timely fashion.
All right. And can I hear from the prosecution? Will you just place an appearance on the record?
Judge, can you hear me? I'm sorry, my computer keeps freezing.
No, we can hear you. If you can
Okay.
just get an appearance.
Sorry, good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Fred Bartholomew on behalf of the people.
All right. I set this date to check whether Mr. Tolanen was able to be placed in a bed. I do note for the record that I believe he was found incompetent back on October 23rd, 2025. That does put us at 9 months that he has not been placed in a bed. I am going to currently issue a show cause against the Center for Forensic Psychology as to why he has not been placed in a treatment facility. We will hear that show cause on July 29th, 2026 at 8:30 a.m. on Zoom. We will issue the show cause from the court. I'll see you both back then.
Thank you, Judge. July 29th at 8:30.
Yes.
Thank you,
Your
Judge.
Honor.
Thank you. Do we have counsel back on Hall?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Recalling 266364 SM, People versus Hall.
Here's one. This one. Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Finwall, P66421 on behalf of Mr. Matthew Hull. Sir, please state your name for the record.
Hull, Hull, two T's. That's right.
What's your name?
All right. Counsel, go ahead.
Your Honor, it's date and time for a bench trial. We are ready to proceed. I don't believe the people are. They submitted a form saying they weren't ready. We would move to dismiss.
All right. I do have a note from the prosecuting attorney indicating the complaining witness has failed to appear. The prosecution is unable to proceed. I am going to grant your motion to dismiss at this time.
Thank you, Judge.
You're all set today.
Okay. Do they need to wait for anything? I also have Reed.
I will call that next. Do we have Reed up here?
It is, Judge, it's attached to the white file.
Actually, I don't have a white file.
It's right
Oh,
here.
it's
Gerald Reed?
Yep.
Gerald Reed.
Thank you so much. Colleen 2416102 SM, People versus Gerald Reed.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Finwall, P66421 on behalf of Mr. Reed. Today is the date and time for two matters, a state matter and a city matter, and he has failed to appear. I was informed on the 26th of June. I've sent 2 letters. I've left a voicemail. I cannot explain his absence.
That's fine, counsel. We do FTAs off the record. You're all set to go.
Okay,
Just
thank
hold that for our FTA pile, please. Have a good day.
You too.
Calling 268431FY, People versus Blake.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mark Fran appearing on behalf of the defendant.
Blake, please state your name for the record.
Michael Blake.
It's my understanding your attorney wishes to get an adjournment of this for 30 days. You have no problem doing that, but you have a right to a preliminary examination within 21 days of your arraignment. By adjourning the probable cause conference, you will have the same rights to the same exam, but you won't have it held within 21 days. Are you willing to waive the timeline?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Counsel, I'm going to note the file that your client waives the 21-day rule. When do you want to come back? You can pick any Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. on Zoom.
Your Honor, does August 26th work?
That's fine. August 26th, 2026 at 8:30 a.m. on Zoom. That makes your control exam date September 2nd, 2026 at 10 a.m. in person. You guys are all set.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Calling 2516226 SD, People versus David Stanford.
Good morning, Judge. For the record, Jason Jalalian, P59881, on behalf of defendant Stanford, who does appear via Zoom and does waive his physical appearance.
State your name for the record, please.
David William Stanford.
Counsel, go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Today is the date and time set for a sentencing. Judge, we've had a chance to review the report. There is no changes whatsoever. We are just asking the court to deviate slightly from the recommendation, just to give you some background about the defendant. Defendant does have a limited criminal history, has not been in trouble for over 10 years, Judge. He has had no issues on bond whatsoever. He is in the process of possibly needing back surgery, Judge. So based on all those facts, I'm asking the court to consider a term of non-reporting probation to actually help the defendant with his fees and costs. And besides that, we're asking you to adopt the rest of the recommendation, Judge.
All right. I do have some concerns with his mask score being a 32 and his staff score being a 6 to do a non-reporting probation. But
Sure,
what I will do is I will allow him to report by phone as needed and at the discretion of probation.
Great. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
All right. I'm going to place you on 12 months reporting probation, $40 a month. Oversight fees, it comes to a total of $480. No use of drugs or alcohol. Random testing at the discretion of probation. I'm going to order that you attend the AEP program. I'm going to also order that you attend the Mothers Against Drunk Driving Victim Impact Panel. I'm going to order that you continue with your psychiatrist. Provide proof that you are continuing there. I'm going to assess a fine on this matter of $300 on count 1, $125 mandatory state costs. You also have to pay the $100 screening fee if you have not done so. That will bring your fines and costs to a total of $905. How long do you need to pay that?
Judge, could the defendant have about 90 days just because he's not working as much because of his physical limitations?
What I'll do is I'll give 180 days and he can make small payments. If he needs more time, we'll work that out over probation.
Thanks so much,
This is going to check the number to probation right now. You're going to hang up my line. You're going to call over to probation so you can set up that 12 months of reporting probation. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, once you have that number for probation, you can hang up my line.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Have a great day. You're welcome. Calling 265846 SM People versus Benson Wagsness. We have counsel here on Wagsness. Mr. Lynch, is he available? Okay, we'll recall it when we have him ready. Calling 261551 ST, People versus Nicole Johnson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Johnson, I have you. Is Mr. Bowden here and ready?
Mr. Bowden is on the screen, Your Honor.
He might be in another court. We'll recall it when he's ready. I'm going to call 2510817, People versus Megan Allor.
Good morning, Chief. She's in custody.
All right, who's in the jail right now, ma'am? What is your name?
That's Mr. Wagner.
Oh, I can't see from here. All right, Mr. Wagness, I need you to get out of the jail so we can call in Miss Allor. Macomb County Jail, Macomb County Jail, may I please have Megan Allor?
Yep. Allard.
Good morning,
Calling
Judge.
250817, People versus Megan Allor.
Good morning. For the record, Salima Goodman Sheikh, P42976, on behalf of Megan Aller, who appears from the jail. Megan, would you state your name for the judge, please?
Megan Christine Allor.
Judge, today's the date and time set for a PCC. We are doing a waiver on this one. I don't know what happened. It got separated from the other files, but we want to waive this up to circuit court, and I'm requesting that the arraignment date be the 28th, because that's the same day as the other ones that have went up last week.
Is it the 28th or the 27th? I only ask because the 27th is what was written up, but I will move it to the 28th. I just wanted to.
It's Judge Massaroni, and he does in custodies on Tuesday mornings at 9 o'clock.
Okay, we'll change that for you. Miss Allor, you understand you have a right to a preliminary examination, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand the nature and purpose of a preliminary examination?
Yes, Judge.
Do you have any questions regarding that?
No, Judge.
Have you had ample time to discuss this with your attorney?
Yes, Judge.
And are you satisfied with her advice?
Yes.
And do you understand that once you bind this over to the 16th Circuit Court, you'll have no further proceedings in front of myself?
Yes, ma'am.
I find the waiver to be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly given. I'll bind the matter over to the 16th Circuit Court for an arraignment on the information on July 28th, 2026 at 8:30 a.m. Is there anything further, counsel?
No, thank you, Judge.
Thank
you. You guys are all set. You're welcome.
All right, TCF Live now in hour 2. Continues to be a quieter morning than what we normally see, though it looks like Judge Stevens might be getting ready to start here soon. Let's go back to Judge. Yeah, let's go to McNally. We'll check back in with him.
Good morning to you and your staff here. I'm Abdulrahman on behalf of the city of East Lansing.
Your name, ma'am?
Controversial. I apologize. I've been in court over there so much.
That's
Can we do that again, please? We strike that. So good morning to you and your staff, Your Honor. Matthew Wayne on behalf of the Township of Grosse Ile.
Your name?
Alexis right here.
Today is the date scheduled for sentencing. I read the report. I think what happened is maybe you didn't look at the out-of-state record. Her record is horrific. Horrific. I mean, she's got a who's who of convictions here dating back to 2008. So what I'm trying to say nicely is there's no way I'm going to point her up. There's no way I'm going to take this under 771.1. Ma'am, I'm going to appoint you a lawyer today. I'm going to give you a lawyer. And if they need an adjournment, that's fine. But I'll allow you to withdraw your plea. I will allow you to withdraw your plea. You can talk to the lawyer about this. Who's going to handle this, John?
Mr. Tito or Mr. Graziani's overflow.
So, Mr. Graziani, I'm going to give you this. This is Alexis Harris. There was an agreement that the plea be taken under 771.1. I ordered a pre-sentence report. I think it will be easy to determine without you making any comments about it. There's no way that she's entitled to a 771. She's got convictions all over, but 99% of them were out of state. So maybe that's what happened.
I don't recall seeing any out-of-state records.
She's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, I'm not going to take this under 771.1. I'm going to allow her to withdraw her plea if she wants, and she can go to trial or negotiate something else. But I just can't do it. I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to appoint you to represent her. You can look at the file. There's a sentencing report in here. Talk to your lawyer, ma'am, and we'll get you back in here, okay? And if you need an adjournment, it's not a problem. So do whatever you want to do. I don't expect you to rush it.
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Did you tell him Officer Walker was here, Heather?
Yes, Angelique Turner is here in the courtroom, correct, Judge?
Yes, she's sitting in the front row. What are you here on, Ms. Peters?
Judge, she has a department rep. She spoke with Groziel already, so they should be bringing it in.
Okay, good enough. I'll get you out of here. Just give me a minute, okay? People against Kaylee. Patricia Peters, 260-415-335. Your name, ma'am?
Kaylee Peters.
All right, so you're gonna plead to speeding, right? You've never had a ticket before?
I had one other ticket before.
All right. Okay, to that charge of impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Where did you have the other ticket at?
In Trenton on 4th Street.
Can you look there? How long ago?
I'm not sure.
I'm showing that she had a impeding traffic with us.
Had what?
It was on November of 25.
And it was pled to impeding. You gotta be careful, young lady, okay?
I know, I'm sorry.
All right, I'll accept the plea. 160 is your total. You can go online and pay that. You're all set. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Well, I don't know what happened, why he left, Heather.
He should be zooming in here.
Okay, because I'm not gonna keep this young lady waiting home.
Alrighty, friend, seems like he's going to be quiet for a little bit. So let's go back to Judge Anzalone.
This is file number 2025-22231FH. This is in the matter of people of the state of Michigan versus Gregory Allen Bowers. This is the time set for pretrial. I have Matt Murphy appearing on behalf of Mr. Bowers. Mr. Bowers is present in his office. I have Alexander Bayonetto appearing on behalf of the people. I have received an advice of rights signed by Greg Bowers and a plea agreement form that states that Mr. Bowers will plead guilty to possession of cocaine with a kilobrew to no upfront jail. So was there an amended information?
Your Honor, I believe there was one filed last year. The one I have in my file is dated July of 2025. Looking at the ROA, it looks like the second count of possession of cocaine is on there, so I believe it should be.
So hold on, let me see if I can find it. So many advice or rights from here we go. Got an updated information. So it will be pleading to an added count to possession of cocaine, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 4 years in prison and or a $25,000 fine. His habitual offender third offense notice will be dismissed, and there's a kilobrew to no upfront jail. So, is that a correct recitation of the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
And Mr. Murphy?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Bowers, you want to raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Bowers, your audio is good. Just make sure you speak up. All right,
yes,
so
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Bowers, is your intention then today to plead guilty to the added count to possession of cocaine less than 25 grams?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand the maximum penalty for that could be up to 4 years in prison.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, there is a kilobrew agreement to no upfront jail, and I'm assuming probation. Do you understand that,
Yes,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Bowers? All right, neither the prosecutor, the defendant, or anyone on the defendant's behalf has discussed any other possible sentence with the court. Mr. Murphy, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Bowers?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Bandetto?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, if a guilty plea is accepted, there will be no trial. And we are scheduled for trial on August 4. This means that you will be giving up rights you would have had at trial. I'm going to explain those rights to you now to make sure that you understand them. You have a right to a speedy public trial by jury. You may ask for a non-jury trial, and if the prosecutor and the court agree, you can have a non-jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have the prosecuting attorney prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty and you do not have to prove anything. You have the right to be present at trial and have witnesses against you appear at your trial and to ask those witnesses questions. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses you have for your defense to appear at the trial. You have the right to remain silent during your trial, not to have your silence used against you. However, you also have the right to testify at your trial if you want to testify. Do you understand that if your plea is accepted, you may be giving up the right to appeal issues that would otherwise be appealable if you were convicted at trial? Do you understand that, Mr. Bowers?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you understand that any appeal from the conviction and sentence pursuant to the plea will be by application for leave to appeal and not by right? Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that any appeal from the conviction, or I'm sorry, do you understand that if the plea is accepted and you engage in any misconduct as defined in MCR 6.310 between now and sentencing, the court will not be bound by any sentencing agreement or evaluation, and you will not have a right to withdraw your plea. Misconduct is defined to include, but is not limited to, absconding or failing to appear for sentencing, violating terms of conditions on bond, or the terms of any sentencing or plea agreement, otherwise failing to comply with an order of the court pending sentence. So in this case, there's a killabrew to no upfront jail. But Mr. Bowers, if you don't appear for sentencing, you don't appear, like I said, if you don't appear for sentencing, if you catch a new case, or you violate your bond conditions in some way, I will be able to give you jail and you won't be able to withdraw your plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you are not a citizen of the United States of America, a conviction of a crime may result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States of America, or denial of naturalization. Do you have any questions, Mr. Bowers, about the rights that I've given to you?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Bowers, how do you plead to the charge that on or about December 3rd of 2022 in the city of Adrian in the county of Lenawee that you did commit the offense listed in count 2, controlled substance possession of cocaine less than 25 grams? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Has anyone made any threats or promises to you to induce you to plead guilty to this charge?
No, Your Honor.
You understand if I accept this plea, you will be giving up any and all claims that your plea is given as a result of promises or threats that were not disclosed to the court on the record during this hearing, or that it was not your own choice to enter the plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the prosecutor or defense counsel aware of any promises or threats or inducements other than the plea bargain to induce the defendant to plead guilty? Mr. Murphy?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Bandetto?
No, Your Honor.
Has your attorney, Mr. Bowers, promised you any particular sentence or estimated what your sentence will be other than the agreement?
No, Your Honor.
Is it your own choice to plead guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Mr. Bowers, on December 3rd of 2022 in the city of Adrian in the county of Lenawee,
Yes, ma'am.
and did you have in your possession cocaine?
Yes, ma'am.
And you know it was cocaine?
Yes, ma'am.
And would you agree it was less than 25 grams?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had no legal right to possess it?
Yes, ma'am.
Has the court complied with MCR 6.302 B, C, and D? Mr. Murphy?
It has, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Bandetto? Right. All right, so I accept the plea. It has been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. The defendant has full knowledge of his rights. He does have competent counsel. There is a killabrew agreement in this case, and I will honor that, barring any violation of bond conditions. I'm going to refer this matter to the probation department for a pre-sentence investigation. Mr. Murphy, are you available for sentencing on August 28th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because there is a Killebrew agreement to no upfront jail. Mr. Bowers, you can appear in person, you can appear via Zoom, you can appear via Zoom with Mr. Murphy. How would you like to appear?
I like coming down here to his office.
All right, so you can appear via Zoom from Mr. Murphy's office, or you can come in person, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, so what I'm going to do now is put you in a breakout room with Miss Holly. Where'd Miss Holly go? There it is, with Miss Holly, and Miss Holly is going to give you some instruction about when you need to come speak with the probation department. When you do speak with them, be truthful with them about your background, be truthful about the events that occurred, and then we will see you back on August 28, 8:15. Someone will prepare a pre-sentence report, and we will get a copy to Mr. Murphy to review with you before the day of sentencing. So there you go. Go join that breakout room. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, friends, we're finally able to break out of Michigan only about an hour and a half into the show. Let's go say good morning to Judge Stevens down in Texas. Contestant looks like he's maybe about to go to a wedding.
It's going to be a big. Yeah, he's a teaser. You like this? We said. He's sharp. Okay, what are we gonna do? What do we need to do today?
I think the court wanted to try to get a specially set trial date.
All right, you know how we're gonna do that is with her.
Okay.
She'll know.
And just let me know what they're talking to me. Yeah,
I'm gonna
get-
ask the parties to work with the coordinator and y'all get something that y'all can agree on. About how long do you think?
I've got.
How long will the trial take about?
About a week. A week.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll let me get with I've got trial protection orders in Orange. And let me get those dates.
Get those done. Okay, and y'all agree and let us know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Maybe
Okay. Who's trying the case?
I'm going to
What are
be
you
lead.
doing?
I'm going to be lead.
You've been standing around. Are you involved in this?
Mr. Kimler is co-counsel and Mr. Terrell is also going to be working.
Okay.
They go in
Okay. Is this appointed or retained?
No, sir, we're retained.
Okay. There went the tax rate.
No, sir, we're retained. No.
Okay, good. All right.
May we be excused?
Yeah, get a resetting.
I'm gonna work with him. He's gonna check his dates, Judge.
I'll call you.
Yeah.
Either this afternoon or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Special set it when you're unavailable.
Don't let it, you want it as soon as possible, the setting, so if there's any changes can be made early enough. Thank you.
All right, without another contestant immediately queued up, we'll stay in the South, but go over to Louisiana. Let's check in with the board.
Committee on Parole is called to order. Today's date is July 15, 2026, and the time is 9:05 a.m. My name is Danny Bauer, serving as your chairman today. My colleagues on today's panel are Mr. Tillis to my left and Mr. Ledoux to my right. The panel today at headquarters in Baton Rouge. Headquarters staff, please introduce yourself for the record.
Deputy Warden Rochelle Ambo.
Reginald Admiral, classification.
Thank you.
Carla Williams, Chicago.
All right, today our remote location is Louisiana State Penitentiary at Angola. With the staff there, please introduce themselves. Sorry about that. Headquarters. All right.
Deputy Warden.
Go ahead.
Reginald Admiral, classification.
Thank you again. Today we're going to hold a parole hearing for Mr. Spencer Henry. Mr. Henry, would you please introduce yourself and full name for the record?
We have Cedric Howard.
Spencer Howard. Okay. Howard, would you please introduce yourself for the record?
Cedric Dwayne Howard, number 382491.
All right, I'm going to give you a brief explanation of the process. I'm going to read some information into the record, ask you to verify it. We're going to give you a chance to speak and tell us what you did to cause your incarceration and why you should be released early. We're going to get information from the warden and the staff. We're going to allow public supporters and public opposition. The DA will make a statement, and we will have a parole interview conducted by Mr. Tillis.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's begin. Today, we have for parole consideration Cedric Dwayne Howard, DOC 382491, who is a first felony offender, was convicted of first-degree murder, and on 7/14/97, 5205, and 6/15/17 was sentenced to death, then to life without parole, then to life with parole in Rapides Parish. Your parole eligibility date is 9/20. Good time date is not applicable, and your full term would be life. That information sound correct to you?
Yes, sir.
Right. All right, so you'll be the first one to talk. Tell us what you did to cause your incarceration and what you've done since then that we should release you.
I was originally charged with first-degree murder of Mr. Rita Raveling. I have then returned my my behavior into an knackable young man, and oh Lord, and I would ask that the people of the board find it in their hearts to forgive me for all of my sins and give me a chance to help others.
All right. We have several people in support of you. So
Yes,
we'll
sir.
start off with number one, Carrie Myers with the Louisiana Parole Project.
Good morning, Kerry Myers with the Louisiana Parole Project. I'm here to let the board know that we are in support of Mr. Howard's parole. Mr. Howard, as you know, was 16 at the time of this offense. He has used his years, his 32 years of incarceration, to transform himself from an immature, immature, trauma-informed child to a mature adult who has completed numerous rehabilitation programs, who has become a trustee, who is a student in New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary. He's received letters of support from family, from institutional staff. He has the support of Parole Project, and we understand fully what Mr. Howard's needs upon release would be. We've evaluated Mr. Howard. We have a plan, a very personalized reentry plan for him. He will get a case manager, a coach to speak to help guide him through his transition. We're prepared to house Mr. Howard in our program for as long as needed, or this board would determine. He has shown through his work during his incarceration, through his ministry, through his education, through his training, through getting his GED, his collision repair certifications, the anger management, living in balance, CPR, victim awareness, moral compass, the programs. We'll continue that. We'll continue that on his reentry with the very practical needs that will need to be met through technology and social norms, financial literacy and planning, the case management, the
It's just the internet froze up. It's fine.
I think he's frozen.
All right, it appears that Mr. Mars is frozen up. We'll come back to him.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. We may have some unstable internet connection. But again, just to sum it up, we're prepared to support Mr. Howard's transition for as long as necessary. We have a specialized case plan for him, and we would urge this board to consider his age at the time, his work during his incarceration, his reentry plan, and grant his parole today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your input. We'll go next to Miss Estella Deal, who's with us on Zoom, the offender's sister. Go ahead, Steve.
Good morning.
What would you like this panel to know? Go ahead and have your say.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Estella Deal. I'm Cedric's sister, and I'm asking and requesting that the board would grant his parole. He is a changed young man from my little brother that I did know. He has completed a lot of training there, as far as, like Mr. Myers was saying, he's been doing very well with the biblical college, and I think he did try getting his driver's license as well, but he's not the person that he was 32 years ago. And I want to thank you for the opportunity of giving him a chance at parole.
Thank you very much. All right, we also have Howard Lavallee, a friend who is in support and like to speak on Zoom. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Good.
My name is Albert Lavallee, and I first want to thank y'all for giving me a second chance. I left Angola 3 years ago, and I've been, taking care of pretty good myself and everything. And I want to thank y'all for giving me that second chance. I met Cedric probably 20 years ago as a kid, coming on death row. Cedric was a troubled young man, and I kind of took him in, and to kind of keep him out of trouble and talk to him. And Cedric has always, tried, but peer pressure was there as a kid. And to step for your wrong, try to do something right. And Cedric, did that. Just constantly came up the ladder. I did hobby craft. Every time I worked in the shop or whatever, Cedric made a way. Even though he had physical disabilities, Cedric always made a way to try to help me take care of something so he can, be productive and also, learn something new each day. I'm just in support. Whatever Cedric needs to transition, I'm gonna be willing to give up something so that I can, help him out in any way that if the board was to grant him parole. I thank y'all for giving me that time to speak, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We also have in support Mr. Robert Lancaster, his attorney. Would you speak? Give us what you have to say, Mr. Lancaster.
Thank you, Mr. Barra and members of the committee. At 16, Cedric's life was, defined by crime, violence, and poor choices. He was a very troubled youth. Prison's been his turning point. In the packet that I submitted before the committee and the brief, I think presents issues that Cedric faced as a child with his family and the situations that placed him in. Bailey Clark, a student at LSU, is in the audience. She assisted in putting together that packet. But the cases that allowed Cedric to come before you, those cases from the U.S. Supreme Court, Miller, Montgomery, where the court determined that youth were different from adults, and the adult system needed to treat those youth differently. And one thing that it noted about youth in creating that categorical difference was that children are impulsive, they're vulnerable to outside influences, and they're often shaped by circumstances beyond their control. And that was Cedric's childhood. He didn't have stability. He didn't have guidance. There, significant abuse, neglect, addiction by those who needed to care for him, violence, and also just a lot of disruption, movement back and forth. And none of this excuses the crime, excuses Cedric's behavior, but it does provide some insight into how a teenager kind of comes to believe that that's normal. That toughness, the streets are sort of normalized behavior. And that is the perspective he had at the time that this crime occurred. And that's the perspective that's changed over 32 years of incarceration. His life is really transitioned through education and faith, which his record in prison demonstrates. He obtained his GED. He's enrolled in Bible college. He's in his second year. Mr. Myers outlined most of Cedric's other programming, and that is who he is, the man that comes before you, 48 years old today. The parole project will be able to provide Cedric with all of the assistance that he needs, the services that ensure that the things that he's done in prison, which has set him up for success, will be carried through, and that he will be successful. The evidence, and I hope your interview with him demonstrates that he has matured, he's grown, and that rehabilitation has served him well. For those reasons, we respectfully request that the committee grant his parole today with the residency plan to the Louisiana Parole Project under whatever conditions you deem appropriate.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. We also have in support Adrian Hutchinson, an attorney who is in support on Zoom, but not speaking today. All right. In opposition, we have Sharon Yarborough, a niece of the victim. Would you please speak?
Morning to you, members of the club. My name is Sharon Jan Yarborough. Rita Jan Ramley was my father's sister and my loving aunt. My aunt was murdered by a rotten bunch, a gang of mean, hateful guys, planned to murderously and for money. And as part of that gang activity, I know that you all know who, why, when, how all these guys murdered my aunt. It's heartbreaking for me to speak on that subject, and so I'm going to skip that one. I would like for you to know that how this murder hurt myself, my husband, my children, who were very close to their great aunt. I went through mostly therapy for many months. A medical doctor insisted that I get therapy. My insurance didn't cover the therapy at all. My daughter and my son also had to seek therapy. My son was with the offender police officer, and they moved a heavy piece of furniture from some that the gang had put in front of the bedroom closet. My son standing like my phone, but murder was just the body. And seeing me loving hand lying there in the closet with blood all over me. Very much. Me, my husband, and I gave them a definitive court hearing for each one of these gatherings. I heard it on my end. I want you to know that this murder is not only broken our hearts, not only made us fear to go out and over, not knowing who had murdered our beloved aunt. These families were very hard to get through. Did not get to see my aunt because the funeral home will not open the casket. So we were not able to tell her goodbye. I couldn't touch her hand, tell her how much we loved her. It was hard to stand behind the closed casket and feel the tears rolling down your face and not to see us. We have been to every court hearing for all of these hateful times to make sure that the district attorneys meet what our wishes are. As Cedric H says, he asked the judge to give him the death penalty because he didn't want to spend life in prison. It's a shame that now Cedric Howard is asking for parole. I'm begging you, as members of this board, to not give him. I ask our God to send my loving aunt back to us. She didn't have a chance to come back to us because Cedric Howard and his gang buddies saw to it that she would never see us again. I thank you, borough members, for this opportunity to speak here today. And I pray that you will deny Cedric Howard's request for parole. He has no longer.
Thank you. Next, we'll have Ms. Melissa Phillips in opposition, a great niece of the victim.
Good morning. I'm Melissa Phillips, the great niece of the rehab. I'm not the victim of this crime, but I have become a victim because of the crime. In fact, my whole family, all 5 generations, are victims of Cedric Howard's actions. I'm here today to greatly oppose parole of Cedric Howard and to make you aware of how it's affected me. My sense of security changed. If someone can murder an 82-year-old woman and live her life for Christ, same thing can happen to me. Extremely uncomfortable towards trusting strangers. I've been left with unanswered questions, anger, and a desire for justice in addition to sadness. Because of my decision to get a victim's impact statement in some of the trials I wasn't allowed to attend. Imagine having to read the autopsy report to learn what happened to your loved one. That's what I had to do. I endured many nights, sleepless nights, and experienced horror and terrors. I rarely left my house because of fear. I was robbed of my sense of security. My first marriage failed because he was unable to comprehend the amount of fear I had. I believe my husband at the time was unable to protect me. I was scared when I heard the name Rita Rattler. All I could see was the murder of Rita that played in my whole hand about me. I couldn't get past those horrific thoughts to be able to remember her. I can only remember what happened to her. I'm re-victimized every time I had to attend a parole hearing, a court hearing, or anything to do with the case. And remember, there was 9 offenders in this case. So that leaves you numb for days afterwards. It angers me to know that these offenders have free education opportunities when I have to work many hours to put my children through college. Just believe that there's more rights for the offenders than there are for the victims. We should not rank at all.
All right. We also have Mr. Stephen Phillips, a great nephew of the victim, Rita Rattler.
Good morning. Thank you for your time. My name is Steve Phillips. I'm Melissa's husband, and Rita was, of course, her great aunt. I consider mine as well. I first learned about this horrific, barbaric crime, like most of the rest of our community did. Word around the neighborhood started coming out of news media. It was one of the worst, most horrific crimes that we had ever had in Central Tennessee, probably to this day. I later became employee of the Brandy Parish Sheriff's Office, where I've been for 26 years. going through police academy. One of the portions of our, training that we went through covered this particular case. And it's horrific, barbaric crime. I went to investigations and I've been there for almost 18 years now. First 8.5 worked sex crimes, crimes against children, home cases. The worst of the worst sat across from some of the people that make you ill just to mention their name, a little talk to them. And I've become a very good judge of character on an individual. And what I have learned with this individual right here, not once have I heard him say, I'm sorry. Not once when you asked him this morning, what got you here? Did he say, I killed Rita Ravelin, and this is how I done it? Because he wants to leave out the part or review the case file, or Cedric's in particular, where he was allegedly, he was convicted of it. One of the first to strike Rita when she entered her, allowed them to enter the home. He strangled her with a piece of wire around her neck. He's not going to tell you that. The people that speak up for him are not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that he also struck her multiple times in the head with what they first called a pipe, but they believe it's going to be a weed eater shaft that was recovered at the scene. I believe it was Dr. McCormick was our pathologist at the time. Any of the blows and lacerations from the knife wounds and the blunt force trauma to the head would have been more than enough to kill 82-year-old Rita, who was only there because she didn't make it mass that morning. She went to church. He's not going to tell you that. None of his people are going to tell you that. He cheated death because of our U.S. Supreme Court said we cannot give death to a juvenile. You cannot make me as a reasonable, common person outside of this whole group of connection believe that he did not know at 16 and a half, almost 17 years old, that it wasn't right to come in with 9 people and kill Rita Ravelin for her money, for a gang initiation, another one wanted her car. It wasn't right to do. You can't tell me he was bad childhood and that made it okay to do these, and not just horrific, barbaric. And I assure you, I've worked some terrible cases. You'll hear from Mr. Terrell. He knows his son. But I was there before Mr. Terrell became AD. And I promise you, this is one of the worst. Never once have I heard him say, I'm sorry. This morning he asked for y'all to forgive him. Never once did he ask for family. Can you at least have a little mercy and forgive me? You know, not even I'm messed up, not even I'm sorry. All I can say is, through my experience, if you start off with murder, what do you have to graduate to next if you commit another crime? What's going to be is deterrent not to. He was given life, he beat life. Thanks to Miller, he gets life with benefit. He done great in church, let him mentor some people when they go down on the farm. Let him do that. They talk about all those projects, but I've yet to hear this morning said, what projects did he do? He got his GED, great, that's fine. Oh, he did in 32 years. You go into the ministry, I can't tell you the years I worked in corrections prior to going to the uniform division, how many people caught religion when they went to jail and found their family, but as soon as they got out, they forgot exactly who they were. Because what do they have to lose? He even made a video about one of his buddies down at Angelique that came by. Because he hung out with me at DC1 when he was locked up there, waiting to go to trial and raise. I'm sorry, a little emotional about it. It's not just this case, it's other cases. He was well old enough to know, by himself or with a group of individuals. You don't kill someone that was only there because you didn't make it nice. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We also have Mr. Philip Terrell, the Refuge Parish DA, who'd like to speak. Good morning, Mr. Terrell.
You know, it's going to be very difficult for me now to make it. When you saw one of the coaches arguing, y'all have read all the facts. I can't say you to deal with the record. First of all, I'll agree with Detective Phillips that this has got to be the most heinous crime in your Saturday. Which we Ravelay was a defenseless 82-year-old woman was preyed upon by predators. Simple as that. If this perpetrator's trial, evidence was deduced that from one of the other participants' testimony in court that he says, this perpetrator, Mr. Howard, says, let's go ahead and kill that old lady and take a car. That's not an impulsive use, that's a murder. And while everybody who works for me, the vast majority of law thought that when the Supreme Court did away with potential death penalty for juveniles, you got that wrong. My community thinks that's wrong. In addition to that, when Miller Montgomery came out, first of all, I point out that Miller Montgomery doesn't say he's entitled to parole, it says he's eligible. Parole should not apply to Mr. Howard. He committed the most horrible act on a completely innocent, helpless victim. He choked her with a wire, he stabbed her, he beat her with a piece of pipe. That's not the kind of person we need to have on our streets. I was going to say a lot more, but Stephen already said it all. And I think coming from him, y'all need to hear it again from me. We would just, law enforcement and the citizens of Rapid Parish would just implore you that he got the appropriate penalty the first time. But because of rulings that we disagree with, he got a break. Mr. Lee Rapley never got a break. So thank y'all. I had a whole bunch of notes that I made this morning and last night, but Stephen said it all already, so I'm not going to waste any of y'all's time. Please consider not granting this offender any relief at this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We also have Wayne Yarborough, who's here in opposition. He's a great nephew of the victim, but he will not be speaking. Morton, do y'all have any input regarding this offender?
So a lot of the things that were already mentioned, I'm not gonna go into. He had a total of 60 DV reports. His last one was on 6/23/23 for Rule 10. Staff say he cooperates with them, he follows rules, he respects authority, and he has a positive attitude.
And a Rule 10 violation, is that a fighting violation?
The simple fight, yes, sir.
We also have opposition from the judge in this case. As you heard, the district attorney's office is opposed. The sheriff's office is opposed due to the violent crime against an elderly victim. The chief of police is opposed. He remembered as one of Alexandria's most high profile and violent homicides. We also have a retired chief of police Mr. Jared King, who wrote a opposition letter. We also have opposition from the Attorney General's office too. Your case has been assigned to Mr. Tillis, so he's going to begin the questioning, and he will be the one to cast the first vote.
Good morning, Mr. Howard. How are you?
Excuse.
So,
No, the movement. Excuse me, board. Mr. Howard is asking for a brief break. He needs to run to the restroom. I know this is not typical, but he needs a moment.
Sure.
If the board can give us just a moment. Thank you.
Sure.
Got it.
Well, I gotta say that's a first. Never, ever, ever in the history of watching these things on TCF have we seen an inmate ask for a potty break. All right, well, we'll let him go pee-pee and then we'll come back. But in the meantime, let's go to Judge Stevens. Or not. Judge is muted. People. Let's check back in with Judge McNally then while we're waiting.
2589442. I also have 26F 245-755B. Your name?
Natalie Brown. John Graziani, praying on behalf of Natalie Brown.
Is Mr. Knighton out there anywhere?
No, he is not, Judge. Not on.
So she initially, let me just take this here. She initially pled guilty to an assault and battery charge. And
Judge, it's my understanding that it was reduced to the student fees.
correct, but I guess let me just review this a little bit here. She was charged with assault and battery. She pled to disturb the peace. I took it under the statute here, and height of status, and I revoked her height of status on that case as a result of violating the no contact provision, entered the conviction. So I need a first page of a register. I need to sentence her on that one. And then I've also got here an MDOP, which gave rise to the violation of the HIDA charge on the case. So I got to sentence her on a charge of disturb the peace and sentence her on the charge of malicious destruction of property. So that's where we are with this. Have you had a chance to review the report with her?
I have, Judge.
And are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
The only change is the fact that she's no longer at that position that was originally listed in the report. She's going to be getting another position and completing additional education requirements. It appears the mother's health has deteriorated as a result. Ms. Brown is going to be the primary caregiver for her mother, in addition to taking care of her two children.
Okay, so she's not working. She's just gonna pretty much take care of her mother.
That is correct, sir.
Okay, all right. And what else would you like to add?
Judge, this is, it's just too bad that all these matters have transpired. She lives in the same apartment area as her ex-boyfriend, who happens to be the father of the two children. I told her the extra care that she has to take in order to avoid any other situations in the future.
Can I ask you a question? How are we handling the visitation right now?
It appears that the visitation is being handled by a neutral third party. Am I correct, ma'am? Say yes or no. Yes.
And how is that happening, ma'am? Can you tell me?
His mother takes them up, sending driving with each other.
So there's no reason for you to go near his address at 25811 Valley Creek Drive, correct? Why do you is there anything you would like to say?
I don't really want to make excuses. It happened, but I don't plan on the same thing occurring. I want to try to stay out of trouble. That's really all I have to say. Judge, with the way things are in this country for housing, it's difficult for Miss Brown or her ex to move. And I told her just to avoid these difficult situations at this time.
I'm not really excited about the fact that you ignored my order. You got it?
Say yes. Yes, sir.
Now look, I'm gonna give you one last chance. You can't be doing these things. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a chance, but I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here, to be honest with you. You seem like a very nice young lady, but you can't act like a criminal. we understand one another?
Yes, sir.
Twelve months probation. This is on the MDOP. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. I want you to attend an anger management program with 4-week follow-up. You're not to enter or go near 25811 Valley Creek Drive, apartment 1106 in Flat Rock. No contact with Solomon Knighton except to effectuate visitation. I'm going to trust that that's going to be through the victim's mother, right? Not your mother, correct?
Say yes.
I'm going to order that you serve 3 days on the court work program and you pay $105 for that, $35 a day. It fines $100, it costs $150, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment. So I'm ordering that you pay fines and costs on that at $375, screening fees $60 for $435, probation fees are $240 for $675, and then you have $105 for a total of $680, $605 in court work program fees. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for a period of 90 days. I'm also going to order 100 fines, 100 costs on the disturb the peace charge. $200 for 90 days. Okay? So you owe the court. That's all I'm going to do on that. I figured I'm hitting you hard enough on the other, but honestly, I'm being very lenient with you. But the status is revoked. I want to make sure the height of status is revoked. This is on the disturb the peace on 25F 258 9442, Heather. There is a note to revoke that, right? All right. So can you pay all of this today?
What was your total on can I ask what your total was on the MDOP?
Sure. Was I wrong again?
I just want to double check. I'm not sure if I got it right or.
Let me see. I came up with 780. Is that wrong?
And can you just go over the costs again to make sure I might have missed something?
100 fines, 100 costs, that's $250, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, that's $375. There's a $60 screening fee for $435. Probation fees are $240 for $675. And then I have 105 in court work program fees for a total of $70.
I missed something. That's what I thought I was, because I was way off. Thank you.
That's okay. Glad somebody else was wrong for once. Okay. Can you pay that? How much can you pay today?
Right now, start paying to the beginning of the month.
I'm sorry?
I don't have anything right now, but I can start paying it at the beginning of the month.
How much can you pay? Heather has set her up. I'm going to let you work on that with her when she comes down. Just be patient. $150 a month, okay? $100 a month, rather. She's going to work on what case it goes on first. We'll start you August the 15th. Is that okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, now listen, if you need more time, you're going to come talk to me, right?
Yes.
In other words, don't ignore me. If you don't have the money, it's not a problem. I'm not going to lock you up. I will lock you up if you don't come and talk to me and give me the courtesy of a request, at least, to extend the payment due date. Do you follow me? All right. Good luck to you. You'll meet with probation. I don't expect to see you here again. Do we understand one another? You stay away from him. You understand?
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Is Officer Walker?
Alrighty, friends, it looks like our contestant at the parole board has decided to come back from the potty, so let's continue.
Right. Yeah.
All right, we're back to the hearing on Mr. Howard. Mr. Tillis was about to proceed with questions.
Good morning, Mr. Howard. How are you?
I'm fine.
Tell me something about yourself. What have you been doing the last 32 years while incarcerated?
Well, when I first came here, I was mad at the world for basically not hearing my side of the story. But as I've graduated, I became a better person. I've sat down and God has taught me the things in which I should have seen on the streets, but I was too thick-headed to understand. So basically I put myself into the getting to know God and getting to know my family better. And I've basically graduated all these classes that I've done, but I haven't put them first. I've put basically trying to get myself together first and trying to get others first, trying to get others better. And that has basically kept me into knowing myself.
Tell us your side of the story then. I got a minute.
I was doing the majority of the stuff y'all said, but as far as the actual crime I wasn't a part of, I basically had a conversation with some of the people that was convicted with me. I basically had a conversation with them, and about 2 weeks, about a week, something like that, and I got in a fight with a guy named Ricky Schwafford because he said that I was trying to do my business, you know. So I basically, if you want to say, I basically beat him up. So that's what led him into testifying against me in my trial, you know. But I'm not saying that he was wrong because it's all God's plan, you know what I'm saying? But I wish I would have learned beforehand that I can't do it my way and get away with the things that I was doing. So God had to set me down in order to make me listen. But in the meantime, I basically graduated with my GED with flying colors. I've done countless things like getting CPR's license, my faith-based graduating, being a part of NOBTS, getting closer with God, getting closer with the people in my life and even people outside of my life, you know. And it's just part of who I am now.
Well, tell me this.
Yes, sir.
Which courses or classes you took impact you the most?
CPR, my CPR class, because it helps me to get close to people in whom I'm able to help. And it's like they need me, but they also need something else. And I feel that if I can give them that, then they'll be that much closer to getting where God wants them to be.
Were you at the time when this crime occurred?
I was 16, sir.
So what have you learned about this crime that was committed?
Sir?
What have you learned about this crime that was committed?
I basically learned that it was a tragedy, and I wouldn't want anyone to do that to my family. So I understand that her family is adamant about me staying here. But I want to assure them that if I'm going to be released, that I promised that I would try everything in my power to stop others from following into my footsteps.
What do you plan to do if released? Where do you plan to go?
First off, to get a job, to support myself, to help support my sister. She's been there with me since the start. You know, being with the parole project, I think they're godsend. I never knew anything about them besides others telling me about them, but they've been a godsend just in this little time that they've been here. So I promise to work hard and try my best to make them proud of me as well as the world, and to just do my thing, try to save people as I go, or help someone, because the world is full of people that needs help.
And my colleagues got any questions? Yeah. That fighting write-up that you got on March 23rd of 23, what are the details involved in that situation?
It wasn't a fight, it was an actual argument, but they wrote it up as a fight because they have no such thing as an argument in the rule book. And if I think y'all have a packet to where Mr. Stanley Green wrote about the argument in there. And we're now in the Bible college together. Both of us have been doing 2 years, and we're I'm not gonna say we're very close, but we are close. You know, he does his thing and I do my thing, but at times we collaborate with each other. You know, he helps me out. Mostly he helps me out, you know, but I thank him for that.
Okay, let me ask it to you again. What are the details of that argument? What was that all about?
We was arguing about the stories, about the young and the restless.
Over nothing.
Over nothing.
And Chief Stafford Angola felt it was so serious over nothing to write you up? You didn't deserve written up?
I'm not gonna say that we didn't deserve it, but we didn't deserve the father's amount of punishment that they gave us.
Was that the first time y'all were arguing?
Yes, sir. We just got loud then.
There's.
No.
I read through your case last night. How remorseful are you about the situation that happened?
I'm very remorseful because that could have been someone like my grandmother, Miss Dorothy Lucas. Miss Rita Ravelez, she seems to be the average, well, the above average grandmother, the above average mother. And believe me, if that would happen to my grandmother, I would have the same kind of amount of feelings that they have towards me. But I'm just asking that they put all that aside and they say that they love God, and ask themselves, what would God do in a situation like this? I've been locked down 32 years. I'm just asking for a chance to get out of here and show them what I've learned.
Okay. All right. No more questions. The board is ready to vote.
Tillis, you have the first vote.
My vote today is going to be to grant to the Louisiana Parole Project. I realize that 16-year-olds do some horrible things. 32 years has, I hope within 32 years, you've learned to do the right thing. So my vote today is to grant.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ledoux?
Mr. Howard,
Yes, ma'am.
I see you're moving in the right direction. I really believe you're moving in the direction of restoring who you need to be in society. Since 2019, you've had 5 write-ups.
Yes, ma'am.
You are currently, if I'm not mistaken, the Novitz program is a 4-year program. Is that correct?
Ma'am.
The Bible College program, how long is that? You're a sophomore? You've
Yes,
got
ma'am.
2.
Yes.
It's going to be to deny your parole. I want to acknowledge that you have done some good work, okay? Your GED, going to Bible college, all of those things are really good. I am not prepared today to grant parole. And so my vote is to deny, but I don't want that to set you back. When you come back to this board, I would hope that you would not have had any write-ups since that 23 write-up. You've completed your Novitz, and today my vote is to deny.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. I vote to deny parole too, based on, you already had a break when you got off the death penalty. You have violent, extremely violent crime, strong victim opposition, and strong law enforcement opposition. But I will say, like Mr. Ledoux says, keep up the work you're doing there, because.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. What this means today is, Mr. Howard, that the parole has been denied, and this will conclude our business with you at 9:51 a.m.
Well, thank goodness, friends. When we've got that approval for the first vote, I thought for sure, and in my head, this immediately became Thursday's topic for sidebar, because I was like, we got to talk about this, but then we got 2 denied, so it's off the list for Thursday. It ended as it should, in my opinion. Yes, he was 16 years old. If you've hung around this channel long enough, you hear me talk all the time about how I hate wasted youth, but this was pretty egregious. He denies responsibility for it, really. And he's trying to hide in the Jesus cloak. And you also all know that I am a man of God. So I don't have a problem at all. I embrace a belief in God, but I don't embrace the idea of using it as a defense. Okie dokie, friends, hour 3 now of TCF Live. Let's go back up to Michigan. Let's check in with one of this channel's new favorites, Judge Aquilina.
Yep.
This is docket 262798FH, People of the State of Michigan versus Jaden Allen hyphen Damicho Gonzalez. Counsel, your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. APA Bart Buxton on behalf of People of the State of Michigan.
And good morning, Your Honor. Frank Harrison, Ingham County Public Defender's Office, here on behalf of my client, Mr. Gonzalez, who appears in person and standing to my right.
Thank you. Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Put your hand down. Have you taken any medication yesterday or today?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it anything that interferes in your ability to understand your attorney or the court?
No, ma'am.
And is there medication you're supposed to be on that you're not on?
No, ma'am.
Any sign of fever, COVID, or other illness?
No, ma'am.
And have you had enough time to speak with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. And what are we doing here today, counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. I think I could start here, Your Honor. So this is a bond motion that I had filed sort of in conjunction with client's previous attorney, Miss Andrea Lacey, of also the Public Defender's Office. My understanding of Your Honor is from notes from Miss Lacey, basically saying that Your Honor was going to consider releasing my client on a PR bond if basically his mom was to accept him at his house. That there was an issue with mom saying that she didn't want client there because client was around drugs. I have spoken with my client's mom, and my client's mom is willing to take him back underneath the auspices that my client is off the drugs. And my client understands that as what's happening here today. And that's more or less where the motion comes from. My client's mom is willing to take him back. My client's mom understands that he's right now not doing drugs.
You've got to slow down.
My client's mom is willing to take him back. My client's mom.
Sorry, my sincere apologies. I know I should speak slower. I just get in a habit. But I spoke to my client's mom, and she's willing to take him back as of today. And understanding is that as long as my client participates in all the things he needs to with the court, that he's going to seek treatment upon his sentence in early August in front of Your Honor. And on top of that, he's currently participating in the CATS program right now in jail. So what we're hopeful for Your Honor today is that Your Honor will grant him that PR bond so he can stay with his mom and potentially deal with his Livingston matters, where he has 2 outstanding warrants over there. Livingston right now is not willing to arraign him on those matters until such time that either A, he's sent to treatment, or B, he's given a PR bond in this file. I don't know why, but that's Livingston County's position. So we're hopeful that Your Honor will help facilitate that movement as well.
Well, let me ask you this. I don't have, because this was not a drug case, but what was his drug of choice? Meth? So why are we not sending him to a meth-specific residential treatment program first, and then from there he goes to mom?
If Your Honor was willing to do that and send him to rehab today, we'd be willing to do that. But
meth grabs you by the throat, doesn't let you go.
That's
and
correct.
I suspect his family would like to see him alive, not dead, and recovering, and I hope that's his goal. And that's exactly why Livingston County is doing what they are doing. And I think he needs to be on the road to recovery before we actually release him. Even though his mother's willing to take him, that would be clean and sober. And I appreciate your mother coming from that stance, because she truly loves you. And that's what happens. You can't simply support your child in everything. Sometimes you have to take that hard stance and say, go to treatment, then you're welcome home, because that saves lives. So don't hold that against her if that's even a thought. She's doing that because she wants her kid back, alive and well. So in regard to this, because we're going to sentencing soon, I'm going to sentence him to rehab anyway. Why not get a jump on it now?
I would be entirely on board with it. So is my client. He wants to go to treatment, Your Honor. So if Your Honor would do that, then we are more than happy.
Well, let me hear from the people.
Your Honor, I was originally concerned if he was going to be released straight to his mom, but if he is going to an inpatient center to deal with his meth problem, the people would have no objection to that.
So I'm going to order that. My issue, though, counsel, is that he may have to be transported, or they can do it by Polycom or Zoom or whatever, to Livingston County. I'm not sure about all of the rules. I don't run all the programming. Sometimes I wish I did, but I'm guessing that they might not accept him with the warrants. And what will happen is he'll be out of treatment, supposed to go to his mom's, then be transferred to Livingston, which means he could backslide, because that's kind of counterproductive. So I'm wondering if we can work out. I'm gonna do some alternative orders so that if he can be arraigned by Livingston to get rid of those bench warrants, then he can go to treatment, and I suspect if you contact the prosecutor there, they would agree. Because it sounds like we have a common goal of rehabilitation. So I'm gonna do some alternative orders in his best interest to answer all of these issues. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense, Your Honor. We do thank Your Honor.
And on behalf of the people, I think that's the best way to go. Are you all right with that?
That's fine with me, Your Honor.
And sir, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I don't know all the rules, but I do know in certain situations you can't be placed there because of warrants. So it might be that you're transferred to Livingston, then from there they agree with this tough love approach where you go into treatment and then they'll remove bench warrants and then deal with whatever you have to deal with then, or maybe when you're clean. And what is your mother's address?
5913.
5913?
South Waverly, apartment H. Lansing, Michigan, 48911.
Apartment H?
Yes, ma'am.
While we're waiting on Judge, a reminder for this evening, In the Blind with Mike and Dan, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. On that channel, I'm sure Barbara would drop a link for me, and that'd be cool. So thank you ahead of time, Barbara. But do join us for that tonight.
If I believe. Yes, August 5th at 11.
That is correct.
So sir, if you are in treatment, are you in agreement with being sentenced on Zoom? Otherwise, we can have you brought here before this court. It's up to you.
Yeah, I can do it on Zoom.
Okay, so what will happen is during the hearing, you'll be able to talk with your attorney in a confidential breakout room. And if that's needed, and you'll be able to talk with them beforehand, you'll have to review the pre-sentence investigation report. Have you already met with probation? Okay, so that's unusual. I don't know why. I mean, you've been in lockup, they should have seen you. So they'll have to talk with you through Zoom. If they don't contact you, we'll have to move the sentencing because we can't proceed, and I'm surprised they haven't. We need to probably check on that.
Yeah, I was unaware that PSI or the pre-sentence investigation hasn't happened. I will see what I can do about greasing that wheel.
Okay, and if there's an issue, it doesn't really matter. He'll be in treatment probably 90 days, so we can move it out. I don't apologize that they have not contacted you. Usually they do, but I don't know what's going on there. All right.
sentencing date, Judge?
It's August 5th at 11. Do you have 2 bench warrants in Livingston County?
Yes.
Counsel, are you in contact with his Livingston County attorney?
I'm not actually in contact with Livingston County attorney. I'm not aware who it was. There is some contact information I've had from people that are trying to coordinate all of this that I'm in contact with.
Okay.
I'll give you the name of your honor here in a second.
Well, I'm gonna read what I've got, and then let's amend it as we need, okay?
Okay.
So I'm giving a $25,000 PR bond upon being accepted and entering the meth-specific long-term residential treatment program. He'll be placed on a jail GPS tether upon release from treatment, and then we'll talk about how long that's going to be. You need to make sure you're doing well. You will not use, possess, consume, purchase, or be in the presence of any illegal drugs, alcohol, or drug paraphernalia. You will show all prescriptions for medications from a licensed medical physician of pretrial services within 24 hours and take any psychotropic medication as prescribed, follow all doctors' recommendations. Those become orders of this court. You'll sign all necessary releases so we can verify that you're doing what you need to do in this program and any other treatment that you're doing. Okay, we don't ask what you're talking about or anything personal like that. We don't violate it, but we just want to know, are you getting out of bed, participating, doing what you need to do, following all recommendations? Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You'll PBT and drug test as requested by pretrial services, law enforcement, any court officer, or your mother, and follow all aftercare of the treatment program. And the PBTs and or drug test will be 3 times per week and random on weekends. So that would be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so you'll know when they're coming, and then random on the weekends. That way we'll catch you. But you can also arrange your schedule if you're gonna be working, so you know when you're doing everything, and then random on the weekends. And this is a schedule that if you're still using, you think you can cheat us, we'll get you and you'll be back in jail or prison to save your life. Tough love saves lives.
Yes, ma'am.
And we'll then taper that down once we see your sobriety, your engagement, your success, and then you'll earn everyone's trust, your mother's, the courts, the public's. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You will not own, have in your possession, or under your control any weapon, gun, ammunition, imitation of a weapon, and not be in the presence of anyone who has those items. You'll not be in the presence of any known gang members. You'll not wear any gang colors, insignia, or gang tattoos. You will, upon completion of the residential program, unless you're transported to Livingston County Jail, I don't know what they're going to do, I have no control over that. Maintain your residence with your mother at the South Waverly address. And any change of address must be approved by the court. You'll appear for all hearings and proceedings. Your next court date is the August 5th at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. unless we get moved because I'm concerned about that PSIR not being done. So your attorney will be in contact with you. You will be transported by the Ingham County Jail or picked up by Livingston County for the bench warrants and arraigned, and then be transferred to residential treatment. Okay? And is there anything else I need to order that I have not?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
So is there anything I have failed to address?
I believe you've addressed everything, Your Honor, and I appreciate that Your Honor has given us the tools necessary to facilitate getting Mr. Gonzalez into treatment.
All right, so let me ask you one other thing. How old are you?
22.
Okay. So at 22 years old, you've turned to meth, possibly other drugs, and you can get the meth. I understand how all this works. Why did you want to check out? Did something happen to you? Are you suffering from grief, or were you self-medicating because of mental illness, or were you abused, or what happened where you decided things were so bad you needed to check out? Do you know? Is there anything? You don't have to tell me what it is.
I was just self-medicating.
Okay. And so now you're on medication that is working?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Did you have physicians you're treating with community mental health, or?
Yeah, I've been talking to community mental health.
Okay. So I'm also going to order continued mental health treatment and working with CMH or other doctors or agencies as recommended. I think that covers everything then. All right, sir, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
So then we'll talk about the sentencing. This will be incorporated into sentencing. And have you ever held a job?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you do?
I was at McDonald's.
Okay, did you graduate?
I got my GED.
Okay, are you thinking about college?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you want to do?
I want to become a welder.
A welder? Okay, so remind me at sentencing, because I'll make a note, because we should probably order that he get into trade school and or college at LCC. You can get free college, they have a great program. Because that will also help with your mental health, your focus on life, and all the good things that are offered, instead of sinking down into meth, okay? All right, so this is for you. If you want to throw it back at me, the prison is also for you. Any questions? All right, we're gonna make you copies of this, and I will see you in August or as soon as we can, all right? And then we will sentence on, I'm just gonna make a note, sentence Zoom from facility. And counsel, please let me know where he's at, because I don't run Livingston County, and maybe they'll house him for a while before they send him to treatment. It sounds like they don't want to waste money on their jail anyways, or either, if we can put him in treatment. So if you can convey that, maybe send a copy of this. It's not the best handwriting, or, well, the handwriting I think is legible, but there's a lot on here. So if anybody needs interpretation, we'll get it. All right. Anything else?
All right, thank you, Your Honor, for today.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, son.
Hear yourself.
Alrighty, friends, in the final half hour of TCF Live for today, let's go, excuse me, let's go back to Louisiana. New contestant in front of the board.
The Committee on Parole is called to order. Today's date is July 15, 2026, and the time is 10 o'clock a.m. My name is Danny Barra, serving as your chairman today. My colleagues are the panel are Mr. Tillis to my left and Mr. Ledoux to my right. We're still all at the Baton Rouge headquarters, and our remote location is still at Louisiana State Penitentiary, Angola. We're here to do a hearing on Spencer Henry. Mr. Henry, would you please introduce yourself, state your full name and DOC number for the record?
My name is Spencer Henry, number 344-747.
Right. I'll give you a brief explanation of the process. I'm going to read some information, ask you to verify it. We're going to give you a chance to speak and tell us what you did to cause your incarceration and why should you be released. We'll have input from the warden, we'll have input from the public, we'll have input from supporters in a favor and opposition, and we'll conduct a parole interview. So let's begin. Today we have for parole consideration Spencer Henry, who is a first felony offender who was convicted of second-degree murder and on September 19th, 94, was sentenced to serve life without benefit of probation or parole. This sentence was commuted on 2/25/26 by Governor Landry in Ascension Parish. The parole eligibility date is February 12, 26. The good time date is 7/23/43, and your full term date is 1/21/93. Does this sound correct to you?
Yes, sir.
All right. So first question. Tell us what you did to cause yourself to be incarcerated and what you've done since then that would make us want to release you early.
Well, can you repeat the question, please, sir?
What did you do to get yourself in trouble? Why are you in jail? What you did? I'll break it up in two. After you answer that one, I'll give you the segment.
I was charged, second-degree murder for well, first of all, I'd just like to thank this board for giving me this opportunity. And it was the family of Charles Singleton. I just want to acknowledge them first before I give what I've done. And I'm excuse me because I'm nervous right now, but Charles, me and Charles had a dispute, and we had a physical confrontation. Said to us, get into it with a physical confrontation, and I pulled out my gun and shot Charles because he was getting the best of me. And I regret every moment and minute that I done this here. And it hurts me to even talk about it because I know I took a life, and I think about his family a lot, and it's hard because I know what they're going through by me taking the life of their loved one, man. And I know my decision, man, I could have made a better decision. And I just thank God, man, for his family because they forgive me for what I've done. And that speaks volumes. And I'm here today to let them know that every day I live and wake up, they'll be a part of my everyday life. And like I said, I just thank God for them. And because they didn't have to forgive me. And they didn't have to be in support of me being released. But I just thank God for them. And it just Man, if I could turn back the hands of time, I promise you I would. I would have made a better decision. And if I wouldn't have purchased that gun, none of this would have happened. And that's just a terrible decision. And man, his family, I just think about his family always, all the time. I made the great decision of my life.
What you've done since then to make
But
us.
since then, well, over the 32 years of my incarceration, you know, I've been better, working hard to prepare myself, become a better man, because I was 20 years old then, and not to make no excuse, but since I'm 52 years old now, I have taken the opportunities and the offers, the trades that was offered to me and the programs I was able to take. It taught me a valuable lesson, and I have prepared myself to make a successful transition back into society. And with the support of my family, my friends in the community, and Parole Project accepting me as a client, I'm well prepared to be productive and prepared to follow every condition of parole. And I definitely will honor the second chance given to me if granted parole. Thank you.
All right. Gordon, do y'all have any input about his behavior there?
Yes, sir. Good morning. How you doing today? Spencer's been with us 32 years. He's very dependable. He works over at the warehouse, at the CPP warehouse. You have to be trustworthy to work in there. He handles a lot of merchandise. He hasn't had a DB report since 2012. He's a Class A trustee. He lives at Camp F. He's taken advantage of many of our self-help programs. He's had 100 hours living in balance, anger management, sex offender treatment 3 and 4, I believe. Thinking for a change, victim awareness, letter training, Malachi Dads. He wails. He's been to auto tech school and horticulture school. So he's adjusted well. He's no problem with us. He's very trustworthy, very dependable. Goes to work every day.
Thank you, Warren. Thanks for attending. Here we have in support several people who would like to speak. We'll go ahead and start with Kenny Leslie, a friend.
Stand up.
Just stand right there. They can hear you.
It'll pick
Okay.
up on the mic.
Good morning, board. Just glad to be here today, and I'm a proud supporter of Spencer. He's been a friend of mine for the last 20 plus years. I've also was incarcerated for 22 years, and I've been released for almost 3 now, and my life is doing great. And I am here not for me today, I'm here for my friend, and as a supporter, not only at this hearing, but on the street. So, in life, as you transition back into society, there's a lot of anxieties and unknowns that you have to face, but you get through them with the right support. And I had a great support system. I had family. Spencer has great family. They're here for him. I have friends. He has friends. He has great friends out there. Had the Louisiana Parole Project, which greatly helped me get back and relax and some of the things that I wasn't dealing with through all the years. So, but as a note, I would like to say that I trained Henry in greenhouse production and pest management here at Angola. And he had responsibilities every day. And he had to do those things or we couldn't be productive. You know, the plants would suffer, we wouldn't be able to make funds for the program or nothing. So, he was very diligent in his work. So I even remember sometimes he said, Leslie, just get out the way, I got this. And, you know, and I was glad to have that, that boldness and, confidence in his, abilities, you know. So I know that he'll do well in the workforce once he's released, you know. So another thing that I've talked to him about is like the hidden things. And we learned this through some of the programming here is, like thinking for a change. You know, you have the iceberg effect where you got the Titanic going, they floating around, everything looks great, look at a pretty iceberg, but you don't, there's unseen forces underneath the water, which cause the Titanic to sink, we all know. And such is life, you know, so when you go through life, you have to go through it one day at a time. Take it easy. When things happen, don't let it get out, blow it out of proportion, handle it accordingly, you know, and so on. And then, you know, you got cognitive thinking and so forth. And that's think before you speak and stuff like that, you know, and think before you do, of course. And it served me well. The main thing I've gave to my friend is first thing he needs to do once he's settled in is to find a good church, get welcomed in, you know, and start giving God the glory because he has to carry that burden just like I do every day of what happened and what he's done. So if you carry that burden and remember that, then you appreciate the days when you walk out the door and you're able to look. Excuse me, I'm getting emotional. You look up in the sky and see the stars and how beautiful God has created and how great this world really is, regardless. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Shalandra Henry Darcy, cousin, in support.
Yes, sir.
If you don't mind, go to the podium, you don't this, but.
First, I would like to give thanks to God. Second, to everyone who's on the board. Third, the Faithful family. I'm not really a big public speaker, but I've been by my cousin's side since this happened, right along with the Faithful family, because we all grew up together. And I know that Spencer would do extremely well once he's released. He's been incarcerated only where we have 4 kids. That's my husband, high school sweetheart of 38 years. Today is our anniversary. And those 4 kids that have grown up, they went through college. The oldest, she's in law enforcement. The second, psychology. The third, engineer. And the youngest, in the bench field. But he has a huge support. We come from a big family. Our grandmother had 18 children, and amongst the 18, his dad and my dad are brothers, and he had an extremely large support system out there, and everybody is willing to pitch in and help keep him on the right path. And need be to say, I just want to thank y'all again for having us here under these circumstances. Thank y'all.
Thank you. We also have in support, Mr. Kerry Myers with the Parole Project.
Good morning, Kerry Myers with Louisiana Parole Project. We're here for Spencer Henry and urge this board to grant his parole based on multiple things. His extraordinarily good record during incarceration. He's been a trustee for 9 years. He hasn't had a disciplinary infraction in 14. He's earned his GED. He's been certified in welding and auto technology and in horticulture. He didn't stop at one. He just continued to earn as many credentials as he could. He works in a very trusted position, as Warden Vanoy said. He's been incarcerated for 32 years, and he is a true first offender. You can see his remorse for his actions. It is real. It's sincere. Mr. Henry has not only the support of Parole Project and the assistance and the programs that Parole Project will make available to him during his transition. He also has, as you just heard, has an extremely network outside there. Once he leaves Parole Project, he has a home to go to. He has a supportive family. We would just ask this board to consider the circumstances in its totality, the remorse that he has, the forgiveness that he's received, the work that he's done, and the support systems that he has, should this board grant him parole, and make the decision to grant his parole today.
Thank you. Right, and we also have Miss Adrienne Hutchinson, attorney, in support.
Good morning, board. So I won't rehash everything that everyone has already said, but what I would like to do is tie it all together for you. Spencer comes before the committee a little over a year after this board recommended his sentence be commuted. At that time, Spencer was able to show genuine remorse, his strong work ethic, and actual rehabilitation, which I believe you've seen and heard today as well. Before you is a man who's confronted the deficiencies of his life before prison, and has taken programming to correct those deficiencies and place those learnings into practice in his everyday life. I know Ms. Ledoux often says in these hearings that you all weigh various things when you look at a person and make a determination on whether or not they're ready to re-enter society. And as Warden Vanoy has gone over all the programming that Spencer has taken, the programming that directly relate to the crime, anger management, living in balance, victim awareness, those classes that he's been able to use to refocus and adjust his thinking. As Carrie spoke about, he has immediate employable skills, right? We know we want people to reenter society and be able to go to work. Warden Vanoy has talked about his work ethic, and in the time between his last hearing and now, he's received another recommendation or recognition for his work in that processing plant. The other thing I know that you look at is the reentry plan. Mr. Spencer has been incarcerated longer than he was free. And so the Parole Project is able to step in because we know that those changes for us in 32 years where we were present for were still major. And so what does that look like for someone who was incarcerated and removed from that? And so that's where that reentry plan is available to him to help him reenter society. And then lastly, I know that you look for community support and the victim sentiment. I won't speak on the victim sentiment. I know that they are present and they were present at the last hearing. But what I can say is if you look into the letters of community support, you'll see a letter from the mayor of the city of Donaldsonville, where they talked about they were aware of the efforts that Mr. Henry had done during his incarceration to improve himself, his conduct, his personal growth, and participation in rehabilitation programs. That mayor did not take just the family's word for it or his record, but it also reflects that he spoke to the victim's family and has confidence that Mr. Henry is ready to reenter society. And so I think based on the things that you all weigh, Mr. Henry has kind of taken care of everything that he needed to in those 32 years. And we ask for a favorable recommendation with any conditions that y'all deem necessary. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have others in support who are not speaking. We have Mark Dorsey, a cousin-in-law at headquarters. We have Norma Lewis, mother at LSP. We have LaTroy Henry, brother at LSP. We have Tara Lewis, sister at LSP, and Nancy Rocca, a friend at LSP, all in support. And we'll move on to what normally is called the opposition, but it looks like the opposition is in support. So starting with them,
We'll hear from Yvette Green first, the system of the deceased victim.
She get green.
Does she have to stand up? She can test, she has trouble standing. She can testify from her chair.
Yes, just turn your chair a little bit around so we could. Right, yes, that's great, yeah. That's great. That's good.
Yes, I'm here today. I know that incarceration is for rehabilitation. And I feel that he is really rehabilitated. And I hope you all can grant him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we also have,
I was saying with her.
start with that, no, and you are Shanika?
Shanika, yes, sir.
Shanika Singleton is also here, a victim, sister of the victim who's in support and feels that the offender has been rehabilitated.
Yes.
We also have some guests at LSP for the record, Alejandro Del Angel, a legal intern. We have Chastity H, a legal intern, and Bailey Clark, a research assistant. All of those present at LSP. As far as law enforcement goes, we have the judge who's voiced opposition. The DA office had no comment. The sheriff's office had opposition. And the chief of police was not applicable, and the attorney general was not contacted. Your case has been assigned to me. So I really don't have any questions. Your team did a great job of explaining things, and the victims do speak heavily, weigh heavily. Unless my colleagues have any questions, no question. All right, Mr. Henry. Today I vote to grant your parole based on time you've been incarcerated, the programs you've completed, no victim opposition, governor's recommendation, and the warden's recommendation. And that's going to be 2 parole projects.
Thank
you. Mr. Tillis?
My vote also is to grant.
Yes, I do.
Ms. Hutchinson referred to my weighting scale, and he meets all of the criteria that I'm looking for a positive reentry. So my vote is to grant to the project.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bola.
All right, so what this means, Mr. Henry, is that today your parole has been granted.
Thank you, sir.
This would conclude our business at 10:23 a.m. at Angola. Thank everybody for coming.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
We end the day on a positive. Hopefully that gentleman makes the most of it. Time will tell, of course, as it always does. I hope you all had fun today. I did. We'll be back tonight for In the Blind with Mike and Dan, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. If you hang tight, this stream will redirect over to that channel so you can set a reminder for this evening. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, a half an hour earlier if you're a channel member. The wisdom I leave you with today: there are 2 primary choices in life: to accept conditions as they exist, or accept the responsibility for changing them. I invite you to chew on that as your day goes along, and we'll see you all soon. Take care. God bless.